I think atrophy is one of the worst things we can go for. Really, you kind of go.
What does that mean?
Atrophy. Well, I've done it. Well, I've done it before. I like this. I like it because I've done it before. Kind of comfortable atrophy, and I think that's the thing in society, which is real danger. You know, and what I think about, I lead on about education, is that our education system, I think, is full of atrophy. I think it's full of values that aren't the values that are wanted now, are needed now, our society needs now, desperately. And I think you people in the audience here especially, I can see from your faces, you are the people that society needs. You are the minds and brains that society needs. And it's because I think natural in designers of the creative mind is that this agitated feeling, I will not accept that. I will not accept it. And I think that there's that, it's a kind of thing that's in your underpants. You think, Jesus Christ, there's something in my underpants. What is it in there? And I think that's what is so good about, may I say, that young people have that. And my old drawing teacher used to say, Geoffrey, you do good drawings, beware. The reason you do good drawings is because you're innocent and young. Are you going to be doing good drawings when you're 30 and 40 and 50? And I thought, I was 17 at the time, I thought, maybe, I don't know. But I do think this, that atrophy and realising that the youth is an easy ride, because you're not having that feeling of atrophy you've got this funny old thing in your underpants, and you think, I will go. But the point is that when that mortgage comes up, or that other kind of social responsibility inverted commas comes up, you've still got to have that agitation in your underpants or in your knickers. You have to have it, otherwise you're dead. That's my view.
But do you think it's something is it as simple as pressure? is it just about the kind of cares that come with mortgages?
It's not pressure.
Isn't it something up here as well?
It's something up there, isn't it? It's something up there.
It's not just down there.
No, it's got to be up there, isn't it?
How do you stop my new word atrophy in education?
Because you say, I will not accept that squire. And you don't care who you say it to. And the trouble with education is you've got a load of yes people. And so if any of you lot go into education or are in education, the big issue is, do not be a yes person. Do not say, that's the system I've got, that's the way I've got to mark. Is it all right? Thank you very much. And do it that way. So I've got a brain. I'm an independent person. I have my own way of thinking, and I owe it to myself and to my persona to be independent. And I think that's true for all of us, actually. We have to have that till our dying day, don't we? We have to say bollocks to you lot. That's the way I think. And if it means you, they say this geezer up me, he's crap now. He's real crap. That's all right. Thank you very much. I'm crap. I don't care. I don't think I am. But if you think I'm fine, and I think that is terribly important in life. It's terribly, terribly important to hold on to that. Is oneself and that dream, that vision that one has.
But have you seen students who didn't maybe have that
acquiesce,
grow it?
Oh yes, very much so. I think that's the business of education.
Okay.
I really do. And
to grow it in your pants.
To grow it in your pants. I hope they do that. I hope that strongly.
Very good.
But no, I think that's the true business of education. Actually.
That's where I think you succeeded with James and I, actually.
Do you really?
Growing it in our pants, yeah.
Well, I hope, I mean...
Or knickers.
I might move on from this metaphor.
Yeah, exactly.
You started it. I didn't. I mean, I think the thing that you're sort of pointing out in some ways as well, this kind of like, with different songs of innocence and experience and what happens in the face of change, is the thing that I think is having sort of, I'm very much a beneficiary of having lived through the advent of the web, really, in sort of like in 1994, 1995, sort of looking at that and saying, that's quite interesting, it might not go anywhere, but it's really bloody interesting, and I'll jump over from what I was doing at the time, which was architecture. And I think in the face of sort of enormous amounts of change and different speeds of change, then I think if you do come to it with an open mind, and generally you have an open mind if you haven't got a lot of experience, then you will find a way of creating kind of a pigeon, like a pigeon of language in your head, coming back to a language point, which is able to kind of create something new where there wasn't, or where there were disciplines and strictures before, create kind of a pigeon of 2 or 3 or 4 worlds to help with that change.
Can you tell what you mean by pigeon? Because I think it's very interesting. What
it's
like a patois.
And kind of the language expert should take this, but kind of one thing that was sort of the way that pigeons, where you're sort of grabbing language from different fields, things that are coming at you, the kind of Tetris blocks of technology just kind of falling, and you're able to rotate them into the right place. And then after a while, a pigeon, at least in linguistics, becomes a creole, which then becomes a language, which then becomes something that you can be critical about. And in the last sort of 10 to 12 years of doing digital stuff, I mean, I don't know whether it's your experience, Ben, but kind of we seem to have gone from pigeon to creole to, we've got a kind of language now that we can do, but I think the coming back to a question, it's kind of a continuous process. Never, when you do have a language and you do have kind of a few tricks in your back pocket that you always do, be really conscious of that and kind of make yourself uncomfortable about it and try and...
There's something absolutely crucial to that approach to life and work and learning and language, which is confidence. And what we're talking about here is people looking at the way things are changing in the world, and however difficult the problems may seem, taking a view that I can change things, or we can change things together. And actually, I think one of the things that's going on in Britain at the moment is there's a tremendous vein of pessimism about the future. Often linked into environmental catastrophe and the fact that we are all terrible and immoral in the way that we do things. And actually, there's an idea and a spirit of progress, which I think is absolutely essential in this, a confident view that we can face up to what is happening, whatever it is, whether as writers or designers or whatever, and together we can address what is going on and attempt to transform or improve or develop or collaborate to move to another stage. And I think this is an absolutely critical point for so many people working in the design industry in its very broadest sense, about whether we take a pessimistic or an optimistic view of what we can all do together.